So a while ago, I came out with a video called Godot, a scene rigging tool for Godot, and now I've got the first prototype ready. And what that does is this. So I have this scene right here that's been created with Godot. It's just a very simple scene where you can have this guy move around, you have a sprint, and you have a kick. But all of the animations were basically created for you automatically. You can see we have some errors there. We can fix that really easily. And that's kind of the point, is if you want to try out different models in these animations and you don't want to have to write this every single time, that's what my program does. So we're going to go ahead and close this. And we're using Godot 4. So what I'm going to do is go to Godot, and we're just going to create a brand new project, and we're going to call this blank 2. We're going to create that in the documents, and then we'll create and edit. So we actually don't need this open. So as soon as it opens, I'm going to go ahead and close it. Now the next thing we're going to do is go to my program and run it. So let's go ahead. We're already in this folder in our command prompt over here, so we're just going to call Python. It's all written in Python, main.py. I'm a terrible speller. So that opens up my little tkinter interface over here. So we're going to enter in a name for our configuration file. I'm just going to call it John's. We're going to open the folder. And what we're opening is actually the animations that we want. So I have them in this FBX files testing folder. So these are 4 animations. I only have it ready for 4 animations right now. A running, a walking, an idle, and then some type of attack. So these are the animations that I've chosen straight from Mixamo. I just downloaded them with the skin. We're going to accept those animations. We move on to this. This is the operations tab. We're going to hit this. It's going to open up Blender for us. And this is our camera checker. So this is where we set the position of our camera. What this script does is it automatically imports the model, one of the models you brought in the first step, and then it's going to display it right here, so we can now set the camera where it needs to be. And we have an add-on built where we can export our camera data. But I'm going to change this around just a little bit. I'm going to change the orthographic scale, zoom it out just a little, because its leg was getting cut off, and then I'm going to change it on the Z-axis. I wouldn't recommend changing it on the X because that's really just going to look weird. You can change it on the Y, but you aren't orthographic, so you might have to change your rotation too. Just keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and export the camera data. And I'm going to go ahead and exit out of here, and you don't want to save. Let's go ahead and accept that configuration, and we're going to run Blender again. Now that we have set our camera in the prior scene, we are ready to start rendering things. I'm going to move this over to the side, and then I'm going to bring our command prompt over here, and I'm just going to run this file. So what it's doing right now is it's importing the 4 FBX files we have, and then it's rendering them in 8 directions for each animation. Alright, so now that we have that finished, let's just exit out of this. We don't want to save. Let's go back to our program here. We can now go to the parser tab. So we're going to open up the Godot project that we want to put our stuff into, which we call blank 2. So we'll go ahead and select that project, and we're going to go ahead and hit copy files. So you can see over here what files it copied. And then what we're going to do is go to this here, and we're going to set our animations to the correct action. So running, and then our attack is our sidekick, and our idle animation is just the idle FBX. So now we're going to parse the scene. So you can see we got a ton of output here, and that is how our scene was generated. Now if we go back to our blank file that we had in Godot, let me just Open up Godot 4 here. We have blank 2, and we have some assets importing. So this process isn't 100% automatic. There's still a few things we have to set ourselves. And one thing is, let's go to myfile.tscn. This is what was created for us. We need to add the GD script that was created for us to this file. So we'll go ahead and add a script. We'll say load and then GD script. That was made from our program. We'll load it. And then we also need to go to our project and add just a few inputs. So we'll go W, A, S, and D. We're going to do one space bar. We're going to call that attack, and then the next one is sprint. And these are specific to the script that I've read, that I've wrote. So then we're just going to, put these in W, A, S, D. Attack, we'll just put a space bar, and then sprint, we'll put a shift. So now we can close, and now if we run this, we can see that we have all that programmed in. And we do have one more problem that I have to correct that I forgot about. If we kick right now, we might have mislabeled something. Error, input attack does not exist. Did you mean attack? Attack does not exist. Did you mean ATTACK? What? Alright, there we go. Now if we attack, we get stuck because the animation is looping. So we go here to animated sprite, and they're all set to loop right now. I have to add some more options to get them to not loop, but we can take that loop right off them. So now if we run this again, we can run, we can kick, it kicks, we're immobilized, and then we go right back into our run or walk. We can kick, and we can kick in all directions. We can even do a 8-directional kick. And then we can sprint. So there is a lot of need for improvement, but you can see he also will stand facing the same direction that you left on. It's kind of hard to get on that diagonals, but there you go. So, if you want to try this out, it's available for free. It's called Godot, and it's created by me, the average Godot enjoyer. I'll leave a link in the description. And one thing I forgot to mention, when you do download it, you're going to get something that looks like this. So you're going to have this empty local Blender folder. And what you need to do is download a copy of Blender and put it in there. So, if you don't have that, it's not going to work because it's calling this local copy of Blender to access these Blender files which are stored in there. And it's doing that from my Python script. So make sure you download a copy of Blender into here. So I just wanted to say at the end of the video, thanks for everyone who has subscribed to this channel. There's going to be more stuff like this coming out. I'm going to continue to work on Godot. And then the More When at Home project, we're going to continue to work on that. This is mainly just for fun. If you would like to help out the channel, you can purchase one of these phone holders that I actually make, which are pretty high quality. I sell these through my shop, All Scots Woodcraft, and what you can do is we'll come over here. And we have these different files you can grab. So we're going to save this little Carl face right here. We're just going to plop him in my downloads folder. And then we'll go on back to my phone holders here. And you can go to image only, choose file, we'll go to our downloads, and we're going to plug Carl in. And you can see we get a nice happy Carl face that we can have engraved into there, into the wood. And this is the one you saw in the advertisement, the Zelda one that I've made. It's pretty nice. Phone goes right in here, sits right on your desk, right at the level you need it. It works this way too, also works for tablets. I like them, my family likes them, other people I've sold them to like them. You can do this, we have image above, text below, so we can go ahead and choose the Carl face right there and just have it right above there. We'll save that, and then we'll say I work from the home. Oh, I don't have enough, but how about it don't matter? Unfortunately, I had to put a character limit, but that's perfect. And then we can also choose our font, so I'm going to choose Goblin. And yeah, so if you'd like something like this, go ahead and check out bossgosswoodcraft.myshopify.com. I'll have a link in the description. Thanks, you guys are awesome. Thanks for watching my channel.